Okay, is it a slang word? Is it a bad word to say tranny? A transsexual? Uh, uh, a tranny, a trans? I don't know what's considered proper or slang or, I mean, a lot of it's slang or politically incorrect. But today, I was at Panera, and we have a lot of transsexuals here. And not at Panera necessarily, but you'll go to workplaces and you'll see them. They'll take your order. You'll see them walking around. In this complex right now, I'm here. There's a Trader Joe's, an In-N-Out, brand new In-N-Out, Dave's Hot Chicken. I'm sure if I went into each location, I would probably see at least 12 transsexuals. Are they transsexuals? Are some of them just transvestites? Could they just be someone that's not getting a surgery, not getting hormone pills, or puberty blockers, or whatever they take? Could it just be maybe a man in a dress with makeup? I don't know. There's really no way to know. Even if you were to be intimate with that person, you may not know what they intend to do. But they say that male to female transitionings are at least 2 to 1. Out of more men getting it than women. I don't know if there's something about the removal of the breast. Maybe people are very attached to that. It has a lot to do with maybe motherhood, nursing a baby. I don't really know. The men have to have their genitalia removed. Most women, they say most female to male don't ever have bottom surgery. They don't have anything created. Like Chaz Bono was saying, he or she was not going to have a penis added. And I guess Cher paid for a lot of the surgery after all. At first she was against it, then she paid. Who knows with all these celebrities and what they do or pay for or involve themselves with their kids. They may say, I'm really against this, chastity, I don't want you to do this. And she says, I'm going to become Chaz, a fat man with a beard. Who knows? But anyway, today, that's the kind of case I was talking about male to female. I was talking to a male to female transsexual. Usually I just say hello to people, and I don't, nothing else like that. Like when I was going to college at Mount Sac, there was a lady who wanted to become a man who sat next to me, and she said her name was, I can't remember, it's like Helen, but she goes by Butch. Butch, because she was very masculine looking lesbian, and she has decided now to go through a transition. But that's all I knew about her. Her name was whatever, Susan or whatever. She goes by Butch, and she was going to have surgery. That's it. No more discussion. It's not my place. Whatever. But I was talking to a young lady. Can you say lady? A young person who used to identify as female, maybe currently identifies as female. I don't know. I didn't ask her for her pronouns or his pronouns. But he/she was sitting next to me. Not next to me, but across from me. I was at Panera. And I have to go back to work. I'm kind of lazy today because I got to pick the cat up at 5, and some people got the hours in between drop off and pick up. Oh, and I've been sleepy. I've been really sleepy. I don't know why. I hope I don't have that long COVID or whatever. Do people do the back end parking where you are now? A lot of times you got to really be careful because they'll pull into a spot, so you think that's where they're going. Then you walk behind them and then they run you over. A lady just got hit by a car here in the parking lot. She's okay, and I think the police did come. I don't know. The police were called. I don't know if they came. Or 911 was called. She fell. She got scraped up. I got scraped up on my knee because I tripped the other day. But anyway, so this one right here that sat next to me, a man had asked her, why are there so many transsexuals around here? The reason she started talking to me, and she said she recognized me from something. And did I do a music video? And we were just talking live about music videos. I'm thinking, which of the music videos would you be talking about? Our car was on Kelsey Carter's video. God knows I tried. I was on a Logic's video where you definitely saw me. You knew who I was. And then I was on the 100 Gex, and she looks like maybe a Logic person or a 100 Gex person. I don't know. Since the singer of 100 Gex, the main singer, I guess, Laura is becoming was a male to female. I saw her, I didn't know she was a short. When I saw the person, this person was walking up to me while I was it was an outdoor location, and I just filmed the main part of what I did on the production. And I was walking back to where they all were, and Laura had just came back, and my friend Emily, if you watch that video, Fritos and Doritos, you'll see Emily being interviewed about the 100 gags. She was said hello to Emily and sat down, and she does her own makeup. I would have known. I would think something was a little different, but I maybe would not have known. I don't know. The one I saw over there, since she was kind of a heavy-set lesbian to become a male, I would definitely know. The problem is, well, she's butch, so they're going to think she's a man. She's 5'4". No, is she Tom Cruise? I don't know. Tom Cruise is what, 5'5", 5'6"? I don't know. But anyway, so she'd be a very short man if she was a man. So she said she saw me on that. We started talking. Then the man had asked earlier, I guess, asked her why there's so many trans here. I don't know if he knew she was or whatever. And she told me that she is going through procedures. She didn't say what. You know, I couldn't tell if she still had breast. Was she? You know, a lot of people there were like some kind of a girdling device or tightness device to hide their breast. I know that much from being in movies and TV. And so she said that she has had a lot of second thoughts about what she was going to do. She said so maybe she's going to stop it now. I don't know if she took blockers. When did she decide to do this idea? Did she decide to do this when she was 8 and her mom took her down there to get puberty blockers so she wouldn't develop her body as a female? I don't know. Or did she have the idea when she was 23? Maybe her and her girlfriend or wife decided that she should become a man. You know, if even as a man, he wouldn't be able to impregnate her. I don't think he'd have semen, would he? I don't even know. Would he have semen? Is Woody? No, Woody. Would she or he have semen? I don't think so. And would they be able to have a baby? I don't know. Were they looking at? I really don't know. But anyway, so this one here, you don't have to call him an it. Some say, yeah, I'm an it. I'm in between or whatever. I don't know pronouns, but what she said, because currently she's a female, she's having difficulties with some of this because she doesn't know if the doctors have their best interest in mind. I don't know if she's going to UCLA or Cedars-Sinai, but she said those are the two big transition centers in our area. And there's someone else here that does some kind of a plastic surgery, maybe they call it feminizing. I guess that's what Bruce Jenner went through to make him look more like a woman. They shaved his Adam's apple to try to make him look more feminine. So I don't know. A lot of us I just don't know. But I said, are they not giving you guys counseling, or are they using experimental stuff or whatever? No, they don't. I think it's all about money. The more and more I think, because my doctor said my voice is still very feminine, and he wants to do a surgery. I don't know what the surgery, do something with surgery, but he suggested before I get that, I should smoke. She doesn't smoke right now. I should smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. That's 40 cigarettes. She's going for non-smoker, maybe healthy, maybe not. She's very short and a little bit heavy. A lot of them are. A lot of the lesbians in this area. I don't know where you are. They do this. Those just like, man, does this like a chicken? I don't know. This. Ooh, yeah. When they talk, they do that. I do not know why. It's attractive to females, or maybe maybe that's like a calling card. Hey, I'm a manly lesbian. But that's 40 cigarettes. So she doesn't smoke. That's like 13 in the morning, 13 in the afternoon, and like 14 at night, right? Or whatever the number is. 33, 30, 13, 13, 13, 36. Yeah, somewhere along the line. Yeah, but it's like 13 cigarettes plus per segment of time every day. 14 packs of cigarettes for someone's non-smoking. A doctor recommended she does that to harsh up her voice, you know, that smoky, sexy voice. Hey, you know, I'm this beautiful model from whatever they want to do to her. But you gotta think, what doctor would tell her to do that? Is there a safe surgery she could have? Is there something she could take? What about herbal cigarettes? You're lighting up leaves or whatever and bringing it into your lungs. It's not good. I never tell anybody what to do, but I think that's not good. For me, if the doctor said, David, why don't you smoke 40 cigarettes a day? I did have one tell me, look, David, you're fat, you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, high blood sugar. You might as well start smoking. In other words, I'm on the death march. You know, I got the trifecta of death. And so I did learn not to do that anymore. I didn't smoke. But if they said, why don't you smoke? I would know that was being told, not in jest, but as a jab to me, like, you're so unhealthy, you might as well smoke. You know, I mean, they wouldn't say you might as well stick a gun in your mouth or something. But really, do the doctors have the transsexuals or the trans people's best interest in mind? Or is it all about, what do you think? What do you think? Are you trans? Or do you know someone that's trans? In California, in Southern California area, we have some conservative areas like Orange County, but there are lots of them out here. Lots. And have I worked with them? Yes. Do they tell me they're trans? Sometimes. A lot of times they don't need to tell me. You know, I can tell. If you're 6'1", you weigh 280 pounds, and you got an ill-fitting dress and bad makeup and a wig, and you're in a movie with me, I'm going to think that we're looking for non-binary and we're looking for trans. They'll actually put it on there. If it's not large enough, like an audience scene, or maybe we're at a diner or something, or maybe at a bar, then they would want some of those people there. But I was just thinking, I can't imagine that being any doctor in his, she, or its right mind would do this. I don't know if they're from Cedars-Sinai. I don't know if they're from UCLA. That's what she said most of them are. And she said she was going to Westwood. So, but I don't know. That doesn't explain why there's so many here. If you live in California, you might know that if you have a drive and it's 18 miles from here, because, that's only 18 minutes. No, that's 45 minutes. Because traffic. We have a lot of traffic. A lot of people want to live here. Weather's nice. But I just can't imagine that being in her best interest. If I had the choice of doing something that unhealthy or have a voice that didn't really match my body, I think I'll take the latter. I wouldn't do that. So anyway, please subscribe. Please like. Please share. And give me your thoughts if you have any. Comments down below. Do you know a transsexual that's going through some kind of a procedure? Are they giving poor advice? I would consider that. I don't know if that's some form of malpractice, because I guess the doctor has a right to their own opinion. But I don't think that's the standard procedure for that. And you got the do no harm. It's hard for me to believe that is right. So what do you think? I never heard that before, but I guess it's common. It's pretty common. She said she's allowed to do that. They're like coughing on cigarettes. They never had one lady. I don't even know where you get unfiltered cigarettes. I guess you still make Camel. There was one other one, was a Pall Mall. I don't know, there was another one, major one that was without a filter. Maybe they do that. I just don't know. But I was just, to me, it seemed kind of weird. I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert on that. I'm not an expert on anything, but that seems not healthy or right. Anyway, have a great day. Take care.